go!
Woodward Sports Network, let's go!
Welcome. It is Wednesday morning right here on Woodward. My name is Stick. Welcome to the Morning Woodward Show. Lots of stuff going on. Tigers looking good last night. Akil Baddoo doing it again. Plus, we got Coney reviews coming up today and Mel Kiper's mock draft 4.0. We're going to go over and see where he thinks the Lions are going to go with their 7th overall pick, or if they trade it. But first, let me introduce everybody on the show. To my right.
What up, though? It's Corey.
And to my left.
I got you, didn't I?
No.
It's Joey. What up?
That is Joey. And then, of course, we have Adam in here. Fish making sure we sound good on audio. And, of course, Alex making sure we look good, doing all the production. And, yeah, that's the team. That's the team that's in here this morning. If you want to be a part of the conversation, make sure you hit us up. 313-552-6322 is the phone number.
You gave a light tease to the Coney review today.
Oh.
You gave like if you want to see the biggest dick, watch our Coney review.
Wait, what?
Yes. Our Coney review.
You're talking about a person, though, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes. Not the other.
Corey didn't know what the hell you were talking about.
Not the other
boy.
one.
Here goes Joey again.
Not the body part.
Not the body part.
A human being walking dick.
Yeah, it was an interesting experience. We'll go over that. The Coney reviews at 9 a.m. Yeah, we did not get a warm welcome at this Coney. Let's just put it that way. It was an interesting one. But yeah, let's get on into it, man. The draft, 15 days away. 15 days away, guys. And you know what? We're going to be downtown for it, doing a live broadcast.
It's locked?
It's locked. Tomorrow we'll make the announcement once we have all the details worked out today, but we're going to do a live draft party 2 weeks from Thursday, 2 weeks from tomorrow, downtown for the draft. You guys are welcome to join us. Plus, Joik Bell is going to be there. We're going to have draft expert Scott Bischoff down there, and it's just going to be a live broadcast downtown at a great spot. And I'm hoping the weather's good so we can do it on the patio, too.
Yeah, that's the thing, too, especially with opening day. Like, the weather was good every single day, but opening day is freaking freezing, so that's why we were inside. But we need some patio time.
Yeah, definitely.
Do they got salads? Because, I'm on this whole freaking restriction from doctors, so I got to make sure they got something there I can eat.
I'm sure they got something for you to eat, Corey. If not, we'll get you a salad.
Was it tough being at a pizza bar, Corey?
Well, you know what? It was tough. I was doing all well, and then Terry Foster sold me out like, "Hey, you gotta cheat, man. It's opening day." And I went ahead and cracked and got a pizza because he said he was gonna eat it with me. And what happened? He dips.
So you ate the pizza and he just left?
Yeah, I had a couple of slices and I shared it with anybody who was around me.
That's right. What's up, Fish?
Yeah, Terry Foster calls opening day fuck it day.
What does he call it?
Fuck it day.
Just do whatever you want day?
Yep, just eat whatever you want.
Did you abide by that rule opening day, Fish?
I mean, I always eat whatever I want. So.
That's right. Fish has the strangest diet. Like, he eats cheese sticks, sandwiches,
Lunchables every day.
He loves Lunchables.
Nothing wrong with Lunchables.
Nothing
Nothing wrong with Lunchables.
So, you guys want to get into it? Mel Kiper's mock draft 4.0.
Yeah, let's do it.
I love this. I mean, listen, Fish and I were talking before the show. He does not really give a shit about the draft. I absolutely love the draft.
I want to, but I just feel like on the draft day, you look at the analyst board, you look at the actual draft board, it's like, okay, this guy went here, this guy went here, there's no flip-flop.
Yeah, but that doesn't always happen. Like, to me, I don't think you've ever really watched a draft.
I have not.
Well, there you go.
Man.
Well, there you go.
You don't watch the draft ever? You've never?
I mean, I'll put it on for like a few seconds, and then I'll get bored, and I'll find a baseball game or a playoff basketball game.
So I will say, after the
or
first
a playoff
few picks,
hockey game.
This year is going to be different, obviously, because, everybody, I feel like, is so attached to at least probably the first 15 or so picks in this draft. But normal years, I feel you on that, Fish.
Yeah, but aside from, like, who your team's drafting, like, you're witnessing life-changing moment after life-changing moment. Like, literally every 7 to 10 minutes, you're noticing somebody getting their dream come true. Like, there's just so much more coolness to the draft.
Oh, yeah, at least as far as the first 2 rounds, I'm, like, invested. After that, it's kind of like I'll just, flip to see hey, who did I miss getting picked and where? And what?
Right, but that first round when those guys are all suited up, going to shake
Getting
the
their name
commissioners,
called.
mom's there crying, dad's there proud as hell, brother and sister are jealous as shit, girlfriend that knows you're going to leave her as soon as you make the league, sitting there all pouty.
And then also, it's very funny moments that come from the draft, like C.D. Lamb last year.
Right.
You seen that with the mom, and mom was like, all right.
Pulling the girl's phone away,
Yeah,
like,
all
nope.
right.
Yeah, and then you get, the Aaron Rodgers moment. He's projected to be the number 6 overall pick and sitting there frumpy, and they
Like
have to
22.
they have to move him out of the draft area into his own green room because the camera from ESPN has been on him the whole time. Like, why isn't this dude getting drafted? So, yeah, there's so much to the draft, Fish. You really got to get involved in this, man. I want you to be excited for the draft.
All right, well, we'll see. Hopefully it happens.
All
Not
right,
sure.
well, let's get into the mock draft 4.0 for Mel Kiper. And it starts out the way every draft ever has come to our existence in this whole Trevor Lawrence era. Trevor Lawrence going number 1 to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And obviously that's been the pick.
Yeah.
I don't think it's changing. Joey, did you ever really put money that he wasn't going to be the number 1 pick?
I'm going to. I just got to find out how to do it.
That's a 60-yard throw on the dot, man.
Against a team named the Citadel.
Yeah, that's all right.
Huge accomplishment.
The throw, man. It doesn't matter who
Huge
you're playing. Look
accomplishment.
at that ball placement is. It doesn't matter who you're playing.
I could throw that ball.
You could throw that ball?
No, I can't.
Why do you hate
I
Trevor
can't.
Lawrence so
It's
much?
not that I hate him. It's just the dude's so overrated. I get it. The dude's achieved a
Hey,
lot in his
man.
career, but what have we seen in these last couple of years? The same thing over and over again.
Stop hating on Sunshine.
Yeah, don't hate
I
on
know.
someone.
I can't.
So Trevor Lawrence projected to go number 1 in Mel Kiper's 4.0, and I think we all just agree that that's kind of set in stone, right? The number 2 pick is what used to be a question, but now it's getting to that Trevor Lawrence status where Zach Wilson is the name that just keeps appearing and keeps appearing and keeps appearing right there at that number 2 spot for the Jets. Obviously, they traded away Sam Darnold. He is now in Carolina, going to be the starter there if he can beat out Teddy Bridgewater. They have Denzel Mims. They have a couple pieces on offense. They need a quarterback, though. And I don't see anybody else besides Zach Wilson going in that spot.
And that's
Yeah.
the thing. You look at Robert Saleh. I mean, it's a good fit. I mean, everything that media's been talking about around Robert Saleh since the whole getting rid of their quarterback went down. I mean, it's a sure at this point.
Yeah. You don't get rid of your Sam Darnold and not have a plan.
Right.
Yeah, you got to go with Zach Wilson in this case. I mean, I disagree with it just in general because they should have never traded Sam Darnold. I felt they should have kept him and added some more pieces. But now that you went ahead and traded him to the Carolina, you got to go ahead and fill that hole. And you're a new coach. You want to start with your guy. And hey, Zach Wilson will be a good leader, hopefully, for the Jets moving forward.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just so crazy how these quarterbacks have just floated to the top of this draft.
Especially this next one.
Have you ever seen anything like this, though? I mean,
No, I've never seen this many quarterbacks get talked about like this, like out of nowhere.
right. I mean, 1, 2, 3 has happened like twice in NFL history. Quarterbacks going 1, 2, 3, and when you go back and look at those draft classes, 2 of the 3 normally don't turn out well. Like I believe one was Tim Couch, and it's like, Tim Couch was a top 3 pick, but that's what's going to happen to one of these guys. And this is the guy that's most likely to wind up there. I mean, Adam and I had a huge debate about it last week when you weren't here, Corey. I don't know if you saw it. But this guy has also been just climbing and climbing and
For
climbing.
reasons I don't understand.
I'm excited, actually, because we haven't heard Corey's take on this next pick.
Yeah. So, number 3, the 49ers trade up to take Mac Jones. Oh, I should be playing my draft sounders and stuff like that, shouldn't I? There it is. Thank you, Fish. Number 3, Mac Jones to the San Francisco 49ers. And this is Mel Kiper's mock draft 4.0, and he is now having Mac Jones up there.
We don't need film on this guy. We've seen enough.
Well, I mean, actually, you want to see some of this because people are wondering why the hell Mac Jones is going up there. See, that's
because you got Jalen Waddle, you got Devontae Smith.
So you think it has more to do with the weapons that he had than actually how good he is?
Listen, I'm not going to say he's not a good quarterback. He's a nice pro-style quarterback. It's just I don't see enough that can translate into him being this high of a pick at number 3 in this NFL draft. That's the only thing I can't agree with.
I think Mac Jones has the potential definitely to be one of the better quarterbacks in the draft. Again, potential. Last year, 4,500 yards with Alabama, 41 touchdowns, the 4 interceptions. Completion rate was off the chart, like 77%. And then, in the national championship, Fields was suffering some injuries, but Mac Jones outdoed him, 464 yards and 5 TDs. So you can see why you would want to go with Mac Jones. I just think that you don't have to trade up that high to number 3 to grab him. I mean, if you want to go grab your guy, hey, more power to you, go get him. But I think that they could have, they didn't have to. At number 3, I wouldn't take Mac Jones. That's just my thing. At number 3.
The debate Adam and I were having was he believes Mac Jones is just pretty much Jimmy Garoppolo 2.0. Do you feel that same way?
I don't know if he's Jimmy Garoppolo 2.0, but I definitely don't think he's going to be some transcendent quarterback in the league, because the league is moving more toward the quarterbacks who can do more. Mac Jones kind of reminds me of like a statue. He's kind of like a Ben Roethlisberger type. That type can be good, but as the league is progressing, I think I would have went in the direction of a more mobile quarterback, someone like a Justin Fields at that pick.
How fast do you think Mac Jones 40 was?
Probably about a 5.2.
It was a 4.7.
I was gonna say 4.7.
See, but realistically, when you look 4.7, I mean, it's fast. Don't get me wrong, but it ain't like, it's just from that 4.7 to that 4.4. It's such a big difference in speed.
It is, but when we're talking about a guy, like we kind of like bash on his athleticism and stuff, dude is still running a 4.7. Like there's like running backs entering the draft this year that are 4.6, 4.7.
It's different though. You can have that speed when you're just running start to finish, but it's the athleticism. The athleticism, you cannot, I don't care if it's 4.6, for whatever. When you look at Trey Lance, when you look at even Trevor Lawrence, got more athleticism. And that's what it comes down to for me.
Athleticism? So not so much speed. You're looking for the jukes and the side to side?
I mean, even like a Matthew Stafford, once he started rolling, like he could get away from a defender a little bit. I'm not saying he was fast or whatever, but the athleticism wasn't there. But then you compare him to like a Justin Fields, the dude is out there as a running back.
I mean, that's a fair comparison because I just looked up Matthew Stafford's 40 time. What do you think Matthew Stafford's 40 time was?
Probably 4.8.
4.81.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you don't look at Matthew Stafford as a very mobile quarterback, then you can't look at Mac Jones as a very mobile quarterback.
It's all for that first step. When that pressure is applying and Matthew Stafford had to roll off of it, it's just the athleticism wasn't there.
The explosion. Aaron Rodgers, 4.7. Matt Ryan, 4.89. And then
you look at Aaron Rodgers, dude looks slow as hell on some of those runs.
I know. Then Calvin Johnson, 4.35. Jesus.
And that height and that weight.
Yeah, let's look at Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, 4.34.
Yeah, but I say Lamar got to be in the 4.2, 4.3.
Yeah,
it's so
4.3,
crazy though, when you think of 0.4 of a second. That's crazy how much different.
And that is, I forget what movie it is when they're describing like the difference between 4.4 and 4.5, and they're showing like a linebacker closing on a play, and God, I wish I could remember what movie it was, but either way, it showed. Listen, if you were 4.4, you would have been in position to make that. But you're 4.5, so you're this far behind and you missed the arm tackle. Yep. And it's those milliseconds that make all the difference between getting that angle, getting in the proper position. So, as much as 40 times aren't necessarily the end-all, be-all, you want to make sure that these guys have the speed and the quickness to get to where they need to get to on the field. So, whether we like it or not, I mean, it's pretty much written on the wall, these top 3 picks.
I just don't agree with Mac Jones being that high. Not saying he can't be good.
Right.
If he turns out to be great, then, hey, 49ers wouldn't have made a hell of a gamble by trading up. But I just think that Mac Jones could have come to them at a later pick.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, the 49ers just risked so much to go get Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Like this. Hey, 49ers can do what they want. John Lynch, I trust John Lynch. He's a smart GM. He knows what the hell he's doing. But I question this move. But this is what everybody's saying is going to happen. Unless we discussed last week, San Francisco's like slow playing it. Oh, we want Mac Jones. We want Mac Jones. And then they take a Trey Lance just to kind of fool everybody.
I think something like that is going to happen.
You think so?
I'd be so disappointed in this draft if it didn't happen. I mean, let's be honest. I'm happy that Mac Jones is going early. Go ahead, take him off the board. You can have him. But it's just, hearing it really does make me mad.
Right.
I'm like, how do you just jump from being a freaking 20th pick to all of a sudden the number 3 draft?
Team falls in love with you, and that's really all it takes is one team to like you. It doesn't matter if 31 teams in the league absolutely hate you. If you got one team that loves you and they're picking in the top 3, they're going to go get you. And that's it. That's really it. That's how these guys move up and down, and then it's a copycat league. It's like, wait a minute, the 49ers like them? What am I missing? Wait a minute. Okay, we want Mac Jones now. It's it's very like childish.
And it
like,
is once these combines start coming out too, it's like you really get to see it and then fall in love with these players. So I mean, it makes sense. I mean, we're talking about the best college football player no matter what if you're in the first round.
Well, we got picks 4 through 10 coming up, but first I want to tell you about our good friends at Hall Financial. When's the last time you checked your interest rate? If it's over 3%, which mine is, so I got to call Hall Financial, you just call them. Free 5-minute mortgage checkup and tell them Woodward Sports sent you, and they will hook you up with a great deal. Good people. It's really fast, too, efficient. It doesn't take a ton of time out of your day. Hall Financial is so fast, they'll do the heavy lifting, so you could go to davidhallmortgage.com right now to get started. That's davidhallmortgage.com right now to get started. On the Woodward Sports Network. Thank you guys for checking in on all social media today at Woodward Sports. Dropping comments, letting us know what you think, who you think the Lions should be drafted at 7, and all types of interaction. We love that you're a part of the show, and we love that you downloaded our app, too. Thank you to everybody who's downloaded our app. It's free now at the Apple or Google Play Store. Plus, give us a great review, a 5-star review, and it really helps push it up the map. So we appreciate everybody who's given us a great review, downloaded the app, and now you can take us with you anywhere you go.
You know, we even got Google reviews now?
We do?
Google reviews.
Heck yeah, I love it. Are they good?
We need a couple.
Okay.
We need a couple more.
Yeah. If you got a Google, hop on over and give us a review. Let's get into the number 4 pick in Mel Kiper's mock draft 4.0. There was a trade. The Dolphins have moved back up to now take the Falcons' number 4 pick, and they will draft Kyle Pitts, tight end, out of Florida. And I don't see Kyle Pitts going past 4 regardless in this draft at this point.
Just like you don't see Mac Jones dropping past 3?
Yeah, I don't. I mean, San Francisco's pot committed now. Like they're all in on Mac Jones. They traded away so much to get that pick. But Kyle Pitts, to me, is the guy that, once again, just ascended up this draft board, and he's now considered the best non-quarterback in the draft.
He's the one that I fell most in love with in this draft after just not only the combine, just really starting to dive deep on this, because he was always a top probably 10 or so in this draft. But when you really start to watch him and how explosive he is, how fast he is, and just literally a wide receiver tight end. He's such a weapon.
I hate that. I hate the move.
You hate the move for who?
The Falcons. I wouldn't. I definitely would not trade out that number 4 pick. If I were the Falcons, I would stay right there, and I would take Justin Fields at number 4. Matt Ryan has not fallen off. Actually, he's actually, regardless of despite the 4-12 record last year, Matt Ryan played better than his 2019 season. He hasn't really dropped off per se as far as statistically. Anyway, he hasn't really dropped off, but he's going to be 36 years old going into this season. I believe right now with Justin Fields right there, that is the perfect time to draft his successor. Justin Fields can play under Matt Ryan for about maybe a year or 2, maybe, who knows, maybe 3. Aaron Rodgers sat for 3 seasons. He can play under Matt Ryan for a couple seasons, learn the offense, become more polished than he already is, and then you go ahead and let Matt Ryan fade off into the sunset. I think by trading back, you're going to have another year of the Falcons sucking. So if the Falcons are going to suck, why not go ahead and draft your successor right now? Justin Fields, to me, he screams Atlanta Falcon.
Yeah, they do need a quarterback, and they're literally in the same position the Lions were in with Matthew Stafford, except we pulled the trigger. We traded away our franchise quarterback, and we got some assets for him. Looks like they're going to try to ride it out with Matt Ryan another year. I mean, obviously the biggest difference between the Matts is one's been to a Super Bowl, and the other one didn't get his team there. But, you know, Matthew Ryan didn't get it done in the Super Bowl. They blew a huge-ass lead, so I don't know. As an organization, Arthur Blank, we know, is a good man, and I think he's hanging on to Matt Ryan a little too long, thinking about, oh, man, we were almost there with them, and we could probably get back with them if we just surround them with the right pieces. And, you know, you have Julio Jones, you have Calvin Ridley, you throw Kyle Pitts in there. Those pretty good weapons, man.
And that's my thing. If you get a new quarterback right now, I don't think it's going to really change up. It's going to set you up in the future, but Matt Ryan's still playing at a pretty elite level when you look at his stats compared to his entire career.
Yeah.
So he's not really showing signs of slowing down.
He's not.
But he's old. I mean, let's face it. He's getting
only
there.
35, though. You look at some of these other quarterbacks.
He's going to be 36 to start the season.
Yeah, he's not Tom Brady. So,
No,
I mean,
for
35,
sure.
36 is ancient for an NFL quarterback.
Anyway, regardless of wherever the pick they go, I think that the spirit of that organization has been broken ever since they lost that Super Bowl to the Patriots. They just,
As it should.
they
They're
have
still
never
getting
been
ripped
able
on
to-
in memes.
Yeah, they've never been able to recover.
Yeah, 28-3. Like, anytime that number appears anywhere, someone memes it and makes fun of them.
I love how that's more memeable now than even the Lions 0-16.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no one gives a shit.
No
I mean,
one cares anymore.
well, it helps that Cleveland covered us up. Like,
Yep.
they had our back pretty good
Yep.
on that. So, yeah, that is the number 4 overall pick. After a trade with the Falcons, the Dolphins move up to select Kyle Pitts. Now on to number 5, which finally, this guy's actually making sense. With the number 5 pick in the NFL draft, the Bengals select Penny Sewell.
There are two things operating here, and I told Adam about this before we even start the show. That is who they should pick.
Yes.
That is not who I believe they're going to pick. I
What?
believe that they're going to go ahead and draft Jamar Chase.
Really?
I think that now. At first, I thought like, okay, they're gonna go. I was liking Jamar Chase there. I said, okay, they're gonna go ahead and reunite him with Burrow because he's familiar with them and everything like that. Then the Bengals went out and got Thaddeus Moss. Now I'm like, okay, they might go ahead and try to get that LSU reunion kicking for sure. Because here's the thing, Penei Sewell is the smart pick there. But one thing the Bengals have showed me is that they care more about what they think will sell tickets as opposed to winning games. They kept Marvin Lewis as coach for 15 seasons, 6 seasons longer than they should have as coach. So to me, I feel they just were more worried about selling tickets. I think they're going to go with Jamar Chase and try to sell that LSU trio.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine, but it's tough to sell tickets when Joe Burrow's dead.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
that's
just-
what, Joe Burrow's going to die if they don't take a lineman.
Again, I would take Penei. I think I think Mel Kiper hit it on the nose with that pick. I just don't think that's what the Bengals do because they're the Bengals.
Yeah.
But if they do the Jamar, though, are you going to be mad at that, Stick?
No, I don't give a shit what the Bengals do. I won't be mad at it, but if you don't protect your franchise quarterback, you're just stupid. I mean, it doesn't matter how good your quarterback is if he doesn't have time to throw the ball. Like, we've seen it with Tom Brady, and we've seen it with Aaron Rodgers. When those guys are constantly under pressure, they're not the same Hall of Fame quarterbacks they are when they can sit back there, dink and dunk, and pick you apart. So you're not even giving Joe Burrow a real chance if you're not upping that offensive line. And, you know, like, you already have weapons. You have T. Higgins. You have Tyler Boyd. You have Joe Mixon. You don't need another wide receiver to just make that wide receiver room crowded.
But it's the Bengals.
Yeah.
The Bungles.
Yeah, it is the Bengals, so they can do whatever the hell they want. I wouldn't be mad, but I think that is a smart pick right there. They got to shore up that offensive line and give Joe Burrow time. If they do that, then they get whatever wide receiver you want. Mm-hmm. All right, moving on to number 6, the Falcons. They traded down with the Dolphins. Now, here you go. This is what you were saying the Falcons should have done at number 4, except they didn't go with the quarterback that you were thinking.
Yeah.
The Falcons at number 6 select Trey Lance, quarterback, North Dakota State.
Not mad at it. I still think that a quarterback. So they need to go quarterback regardless in the draft, whether they go with at number 3 or number 6. They got to go quarterback. It's time to draft Matt Ryan's successor. It's just really that simple.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I think, it depends on which quarterback you're falling in love with. Obviously, Justin Fields having another pro day today. People have fallen in love with Trey Lance. I feel like Trey Lance a month ago was going to be the number 2 quarterback off the board, but, things have changed since then, and now he's kind of dropped down to right where he should be, because he's an unknown prospect, really. He has the skills, he has the tools, but nobody really knows what this guy's going to do at the NFL level.
Because you're taking the most risk on this one, I feel like.
But you're also getting the most upside potentially, too.
Right.
So,
but you're giving up that high of a draft pick, so, I mean, at that point, you have the option to take some of these quarterbacks that people think are a sure success in the NFL.
Yep. So that's the Falcons' plan. Take a quarterback. I think, Corey, you nailed it. They should do that at 4 regardless.
And I also think that when you get whether they stand pat and get Fields or they trade down and they get Lance, both of those quarterbacks, again, I'm not trying to say they're Michael Vick. I'm not. I'm just saying they kind of have that they kind of carry that, like, mystique, swagger, like, hey, they're going to try to be the man. They're a mobile quarterback, and mobile quarterbacks work in Atlanta.
Yeah,
that kind of swagger.
So there you go, Falcons number 6, and now on to the Lions at number 7. The Lions select, who do you guys think in Mel Kiper's draft?
Jamar
Chase.
Not mad at it.
You guys are both correct.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase, wide receiver, LSU, and I'm not really mad at that either if that's the route the Lions want to go on. I mean, this guy was an absolute beast when he did play. Obviously, this last year wasn't, the year you want to judge him on, but damn, the guy's a monster.
I mean, I took some quick notes on him. A great route runner, really quick on his cuts. He shoots off the line of scrimmage with, he's explosive off of it. 40, what a 4.38 in the 40 when it's vertical. I mean, he has the best change of direction of any wide receiver in the draft to me. He could be a game changer here with Jared Goff. The thing is, with Jared Goff here for the next 2 seasons, you got to get him weapons regardless. So I wouldn't be mad at that. I also wouldn't be mad if the Lions win defense and got a wide receiver in the second round, but Jamar Chase wouldn't make me mad. I would be behind it.
Here's what's interesting. Adam had the Lions taking Rashawn Slater over Penny. If he's still available at this spot, Adam, you're not taking him? If Chase is available, that's your number 1? Okay. Okay, I just want to make sure.
Rashawn Slater going to be available at like 15.
Yeah, he's going to be there all day.
He might be there for a second-round pick.
No.
I'm kidding. I just wanted to see Adam's
Joey's
reaction.
just trying to piss Adam off
didn't
this
give me
morning.
any reaction.
Right. Only I can bring that out of Adam. I hope you guys know that by now. Jamar Chase, I'll take him. I mean, at LSU, he was a beast. You give Goff weapons. You've seen what he can do with weapons. And you've seen that Goff off play action is the leading quarterback in the NFL the past 2 season percentage completion-wise. So you get him some good wide receivers. We love DeAndre Swift. You got TJ Hawkinson starting to cook with fire.
Yeah. I will say this, though. If they do go defense because, Chase doesn't happen to be there or they just happen to go defense in general, I mean, Terrace Marshall, Kadarius Toney, they're going to be available in the second round. So, could probably go in those directions as far as a wideout.
Yeah, I'm kind of falling in love with Rashard Bateman, too.
Yeah.
I like Bateman a lot. I'm not sure where he's going to wind up in the draft, but I've been doing all my Dynasty fantasy stuff, and I got the number 10 overall pick in my Dynasty league this year. And once you get past the typical guys, your Najee Harris, all your big 3 wide receivers, your Kyle Pitts, then you're kind of in that second tier range. So that's really who I've been focusing on researching because I don't have a shot at the big guys this year. And then there's like the St. Browns of the world, and there's some value there at wide receiver later on in the draft.
Because, you got to remember, Kenny Galladay was not a first-round pick.
Right.
So there's definitely talent in there.
Yeah. And so Lions looking to go Jamar Chase, number 7 out of LSU in Mel Kiper's mock draft 4.0. Let's move on to the Panthers. Obviously, they traded for their quarterback, so they don't need a quarterback. What do they need? I believe, Joey, you wanted the Lions to take this guy originally in our mock drafts. The Panthers select Devontae Smith, wide receiver, Alabama.
Now I want Justin Fields. That's my original pick.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
But Devontae Smith, I've been back and forth on liking him. I got him above Jalen Waddle, 100,000,000%. But the argument between him and Jamar Chase has been one that I've went back and forth on. The more I watch Jamar Chase, I think he's a sure success in the NFL. But I still love this kid right here. I get it, he has a smaller frame. But, man, this guy is so explosive and just such a fun receiver to watch that I think it's going to be a steal. If that's what you're saying they're going right now.
The best part about any Devontae Smith highlight, you got Mac Jones throwing him the ball.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to fall in love with Mac Jones. I can already see it happening. He's going to go to San Francisco and be the next Joe Montana.
You must love backup quarterbacks then.
You think he's going to be a backup? Because they still have – that's the crazy part. San Francisco will still have Jimmy G on the roster.
He's going to be like what's that quarterback that's like a permanent backup quarterback in the NFL right now?
Chase Daniels?
Like Chase Daniel. Like
a Fitzpatrick?
He's just going to be hopping around. He's going to be on – watch. By the end of his career, he's going to have been played on – double-digit teams.
Okay.
He's going to be on a double-digit team in his career.
Well, moving on. Number 9, Denver Broncos select Micah Parsons, linebacker, Penn State. And that's a good fit for the Broncos. They need help on defense. When the Broncos were successful, even though they did have Peyton Manning. Jesus, look at that
That's
tackle.
a nice read.
Yeah.
He got lucky on that read, though.
Even though they did have Peyton Manning, that Super Bowl that they won was predicated strictly on defense. Yeah, look how fast that guy can close.
Who are they playing in that game? What team is that?
I believe that looks like Memphis.
Oh, yeah.
But look at him. I mean, and he's blitzing from the other linebacker position. He's coming from the weak side and then going to the strong side.
It's the worst quarterback I've seen, though. What the hell did he just do on that last play?
Ooh, Jesus, he had a game that game. He's a beast, man. What did he run, a 4.3 40?
Yeah, that's scary.
It is scary, man. And what's crazy is he's the first defensive player taken in the draft, and it's probably going to be at 9 or 10. Like, this is such a heavy offensive loaded draft. If you're sitting back and you're mid pack or late pack and you need defense, you're very happy the way this draft is playing out right now.
With the way it looks, like he could be the steal of the draft because it's not because he's not good. It's just because of the way it's playing out.
Right. Just think. I mean, if let's say Jacksonville already had their quarterback and everything situated, and they need to go linebacker, he could very easily be the number 1 overall pick. Very easily.
It doesn't happen like that anymore. I feel like it's always a more skilled offensive position, like a quarterback, a wide receiver.
It's year by year, honestly. It really is. The last 2 years have been quarterbacks, but sometimes it's offensive line, sometimes it's linebacker. It's year by year. All right, let's go. Number 10, the Patriots. They have moved up, traded with the Cowboys to select Justin Fields, Joey.
Okay.
And that is a scary, scary thing to think about. Set Justin Fields 1 year behind Cam Newton.
Let him learn from Cam. There's nobody better.
Ooh, look at that throw. Against Clemson, too. I know you like who they're throwing against.
Yes.
But, yeah, I mean, Justin Fields can make all the throws. We saw he's got the toughness, when he damn near broke his entire rib cage and came back and played. Good kid. The only knock on him is he's an Ohio State quarterback, which I don't think is fair.
They don't transcend into the NFL.
Right.
Hey, he can learn everything from Cam Newton. It's just hopefully he just doesn't pick up his taste in fashion.
Yeah.
Outside of that, Cam is the perfect person to learn from. Both are mobile QBs, both are big QBs, and Cam is a former NFL MVP, whether people like it or not. So who better to learn from?
Yeah, well, that is our number 10, or our top 10 Mel Kiper's mock draft 4.0. We've been sticking with the top 10 because once you get it down to like 20 and stuff, I don't think anybody really cares besides like the deep football heads. And we could talk about that anytime. But you know what? Top 10 is where we're focusing, especially because the Lions are picking number 7. And Joey, we went out to Fenton yesterday, didn't we?
We did, and it was fun to take the homies out to go see Bridge Street Exchange firsthand because how badass is that store?
It was great.
Like, they got everything you could ever think of in there. Whole bunch of brand new T-shirts that they just lined up supporting locally owned Michigan brands. So you got to go check them out for yourself. They even got them Hey Dude shoes. Things are selling out. Like, we were in there. 2 people walked in. Hey, you got the Hey Dude shoes? I was like, damn, these things are really popular. Super comfortable. Go check them out. Downtown Fenton. It's Bridge Street Exchange. You can check them out online, too. BridgeStreetExchange.com. Code word WSN. 15% off your order.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Good morning, everyone.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's news.
Let's go.
Another one. The Detroit Tigers pulled it off on the Houston Astros, yet again beating them 8-2 after just beating them 6-2 the game before that. Tigers are now 2-0 on this series on the road, taking the Houston Astros on again tonight at 7-10. But the freaking legend of Akil Baddoo continues another home run.
And it's crazy because he keeps hitting opposite field home runs. Like 3 of his 4 are oppo.
So it's no longer considered just luck or them trying to figure out this new hitter.
I mean, there's a little bit of that. You know, these pitchers have never faced him, but you know, once he gets out there on film and they find out his weakness, sure, that he may show some fall off. So obviously, staying this hot is going to be tough to do. But at the same time, man, when he's hitting opposite field home runs, it's just showing to me that he's got the power to hit in every direction. And when he's finally timed up and getting around on these baseballs, whoo-wee, I can't wait to see what this dude does.
He becomes the only Tiger to ever hit 4 home runs in his first 8 games.
Yeah, so, damn. I mean, he's on pace for, 81 home runs? I don't think it's going to happen. So,
prediction, how many home runs do you think on the season?
Ooh.
Let me see, over 50.
No, I'm thinking maybe around like 38. I'd go over like 38 is where
40?
I feel comfortable. So over 35, below 40.
I wonder if this is something. I'm sure this is something you could gamble on.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, go to my bookie. I'm sure it's a prop bet that's up right
it's probably
now.
at like 40 set too.
Yeah, I wonder what it is. Adam, could you look that up? What the over/under for home runs for Akil Baddoo is on the season right now?
Alex Rodriguez. You guys ever heard of him?
Yeah, a little bit.
Have you? He's buying the Timberwolves for $1.5 billion, and they talked to the Timberwolves star rookie Anthony Edwards, and this was his thoughts on A-Rod.
Do you have any thoughts about him? Are you an A-Rod fan at all growing up or anything like that? What you think about what he might bring to the team?
A fan? What you mean, like, who is he?
The baseball player, Alex Rodriguez?
Yeah, nah, I don't know who that is.
Okay.
I know he's gonna be the owner, but I don't know nothing about baseball.
Like, come on.
Dude. How old is Anthony Edwards? Was he 20?
19,
20? So
okay.
was he born 2001?
Okay, look, I think it's
2001.
bad, but at the same time, it's possible. Like, all right, whatever. Depending on what walk of life you come from, it's possible. I don't agree with. I'm like, I think it's kind of crazy, but hey, it's possible.
Listen, man, you know, we've talked to like what surprised me about Joik when we were talking to Joik, he was like, look, I can't name every coach in the NFL, and it's like us geeks up here, we can name every coach in the NFL, but you know, the players, they play, they don't really worry about what's going on around them, and obviously he's not a big baseball fan. Otherwise, you kind of know who Alex Rodriguez is, and I mean, it's just so weird. Like, the dude's married to J-Lo. Like, even if you don't know Alex Rodriguez,
right.
I'm sure he's well aware of J-Lo and who she's smashing.
That whole thing's crazy to me, especially once obviously you hear the news, and I'm sure they've known about A-Rod getting the team for a little bit longer than we have, that you would at least know who your owner is.
Right. Guy buying your team for $1.5 billion. May want to know who he is.
I don't know who he is.
I don't know who he is, right?
Oh, man, I hate to talk about this one, but Jesus is a cheater.
What?
Yes. His name is Jesus Aguilar. Dude tried to be the star. Watch this play. Threw his mitt to try and stop the ball. And in my head, I was like, watching this, like, is that even legal? So I did some research on this, and I found out that when a fielder intentionally throws his glove at a fair batted ball or a foul ball that has a chance of being fair and makes contact with the ball, the batter and all runners are awarded 3 bases.
Yeah, that's on foul, yep.
So right there, if that were to hit the ball, would that have been illegal?
Oh, yeah. No, anytime you do that, it's illegal.
So why did he do that? Does he not know the rule?
It's just, dude. It's just sometimes people have brain farts. Like
3 bases though. That's a big deal right there.
Yeah,
he had that levels provisioning vape pen.
that's right. No, we were playing softball. What was it, like 2 years ago? And Zago was playing, and the ball. He was playing shortstop, and a ball was hit to left field, way over his head. And he's just throwing his glove up at it, like the ump's like, guys, you can't do that. But I've never seen anybody actually do that and hit the ball, so I really don't know what the exact penalty would be. What?
Did Zago hit the ball?
No, I've never. No one has ever in the history of throwing your glove at the ball caught the ball.
I mean, it's not like it's that impossible, though. It ain't like the homie, that 18-year-old that did that 7-10 strike the other day.
Right.
That's the legend of the week, by the way. Former Detroit Red Wing Anthony Mantha in his first game with the Washington Capitals. They win last night, 6-1. Our very own Darren McCarty, this is what he had to say yesterday on the hook from 3 to 5 before that game.
Go with the guy traded to the Washington Capitals. It's going to be a tough game against the Philadelphia Flyers, but I think Anthony Mantha not only plays in this game and wins, he also scores.
I like that.
And last night,
Mantha off the head fake, fires, he scores!
Anthony Mantha with the goal.
I said lethal.
Darren McCarty with the prediction on that.
Call me Mystic Mike because I predict these things.
And we got an update on the Deshaun Watson case. Attorney Tony Busby came out last night to say that all 22 women suing Watson will disclose their names. But then Watson's lawyer also came out to say that one of the women who filed one of the 22 lawsuits has dropped her civil case against Watson.
Do you think that's because she didn't want to put her name on it, or?
I don't know, because the first thing came out saying that Busby is going to be releasing all 22 names. So that's 22, including this one. So I don't know. I mean, do you just back out like that and then all of a sudden you stay as Jane Doe?
I don't. We're going to talk about that whole situation coming up later on in the show. But
Was it Busby that said, or was it Rusty Hart and Deshaun's?
Busby's the one that said that all 22 women will disclose their names.
Oh, they're going to? Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's everybody. That's all 22 that have come out thus far. So
it's wild.
This is crazy, and this is the first of 22 lawsuits that has been dropped now. So when this normally happens, I mean, we'll talk more about it, but when this normally happens, is there a lot of them that do drop their lawsuits that they file?
I honestly don't know. I don't know. I've never seen a case where 22 people stand up and say something and then 22 people step down and say it didn't happen. So this would be very, very, very new, I guess, if this happened. Because, I don't know, I'm speechless when it comes to this. Because if all 22 retract their statements, it's like, what the hell did you just do to this guy's life? And all of them should be in jail forever.
I'm also curious as to why the first one dropped their dropped their suit. I don't know if that'll ever become public, but it's just a curiosity.
Right.
Is that the first one?
Yeah, so we have one. No, not the first one.
Okay,
the first one, two drop.
Right. So I mean, we'll keep you updated throughout this one. Obviously, a lot is going to be unfolding on this one, especially once they release the names, and then they're really put on the pedestal, really, to come out and speak the truth.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that coming up around 9:20. So more Deshaun Watson talk on the way.
That's all I got for you.
That's all you got for Joey's news?
That's all I got.
All right. Well, you want to give a shout out to 8 Mile?
Yeah, I think we got to give a shout out to 8 Mile, because 8 Mile Vodka, our amazing friends, with, first off, not only the most beautiful bottle that I've ever seen. I'm really big on the bottle. Like, presentation's got to be there first, but this really is such a smooth vodka that you got to try yourself, and they're available at Meijer. They're available at liquor stores all across the Metro Detroit area. So you got to check them out. Support this locally born in Detroit company, 8 Mile, because that's all we drink here at Woodward Sports.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We're recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate
of Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Welcome back. It's the Morning Woodward Show on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Thank you guys for waking up with us this morning. We appreciate you. Lots of comments going on in the chat right now, and Adam's in there firing away today, telling people to fuck off in the chat.
Come on.
Fuck me, man. What are we doing? Whatever. I don't want to bring up what's going on in the chat.
Okay. Well, we appreciate
hell.
everybody that's involved and active in talking about this, dropping stars, and on YouTube, on Twitch. Make sure that you follow us on Twitch because we're live streaming there every morning as well as we do on Facebook and of course Twitter. So thank you guys so much for being a part of the Morning Woodward Show. Every morning about this time, 8:50 is when we normally do it. We're about 4 minutes early right now, but that's all right because we want to get you some money today. And Adam comes on with his bets, and we go over them. How'd you do last night, man?
Last night wasn't the best. 2-3. A little unfortunate. We were goal shy in 2 of our NHL games. Both empty netters were missed, so whatever. I'm not going to lose faith. The Celtics did cover, but the Suns unfortunately whooped the Miami Heat's ass. So 2-3 last night. I'm not going to overreact. I'm just going to get straight back into it, and I'm going to start with my favorite number, 5.5. I've got 3 NHL games I really, really like tonight. I'm going to start with the Coyotes and the Wild. That game is my definite. Actually, there are 2 of them. My 2 locks of the night are going to be the Wild and the Coyotes over 5.5, and the Avalanche and Blues over 5.5. How the Avalanche and Blues line isn't set at 6 or 6.5 blows my mind. These are 2 of the most prolific teams scoring in the NHL. Makes absolutely no sense, but hey, I don't mind the free money. Thank you. Next game, the Anaheim Ducks versus the San Jose Sharks. I love this game. I love betting on the Ducks. For some reason, they just can't stop conceding goals. So I'll take it. I think San Jose puts up 4 or 5 minimum. And then I'll move into baseball. AJ Hinch and the Tigers, I got him pulling off the sweep against his former team.
Really?
They have looked really good these last 2 games.
What?
I think there's extra motivation from AJ Hinch against his former team. Obviously, they did him a little dirty.
A sweep is tough, though, man.
Oh man, I think the brooms come out tonight. So a plus. You have to also look at plus 190. I mean, that line has somehow gotten higher and higher as the Tigers have won the first 2 games. So as a bettor, I look at plus 190. The other day it was plus 135 to start the series. So you're just giving me more opportunity to win money. So I'm definitely going to place a bet on that. And then the game of the night, I think, is going to be the Nuggets and the Miami Heat. Nuggets no longer with Jamal Murray. I actually like the Nuggets to win, make a statement coming out. First game, the Heat are coming off a back-to-back. They played super late last night. They got blown out by the Phoenix Suns. Then they're traveling to Utah. So a lot of traveling. I don't think the Heat are going to have the legs in them. I think the Nuggets come out and win this game pretty easily. And, of course, like I always say, when I lose more than I win, I always double down. So yesterday was a $25 bet. Today's a $50 bet. $50 hopefully takes us home with $1,475, but I'm feeling really, really damn good about this.
Yeah, well, you should be, man. I mean, you've had a strong week, even though it was 2-3 yesterday. I think for the week you're like 10 and what, 5?
10 and yeah, for the yesterday, Monday, and then
Friday. Yeah,
Friday.
Recap it Friday.
Yeah, something like that. A little, like almost 62, 63%.
Yeah,
but we're happy. We're happy right now, and I think Vinny just put a hilarious comment. He quoted me, "I will never bet the Tigers for the rest of the season." And then here I am betting the fucking Tigers. Can't help it.
That's what gambling does. Sometimes you get that little hunch, and sometimes you get that little feeling.
Well, there's that, and like, how many times in the season am I going to get the Tigers hot as an underdog at plus 190? I'm just going to take the chance. Like, that's a friendly money line. Like, if I put $20 on that, I'm walking away with $56. Why the fuck wouldn't I do that?
And that's what we suggest. You breaking down each one of these 5 bets, betting on them individually, and then if you're feeling frisky, throw a little on that parlay. Because you don't want to make a living trying to cash in on parlays.
Absolutely, it's not the way to go. You'll probably win every 1 out of every 7 or 8 parlays that you do that are 5 legs. Probably even more than that. It depends really. Having said that, yesterday we had our second winner, Rob Coddington.
Hey, good job, Rod.
So we have 2 winners so far for a MyBookie account, and today we want to give away a third MyBookie account. We'll deposit $50. You'll also get the 50% match bonus, so you'll have $75 in your account, thanks to everyone here at Woodward Sports. And I will place your first bet. And if you're like Rob or anybody else who's won, they've made money so far off my bets. I'm 2-0 betting bets for people, so you know what?
That's
all
gotta
about
feel
making
good.
money. Oh, yeah.
That does have to feel.
I feel awful when I give bad bets, though.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the thing. Like I'll give them my lock, like my money pick, like thing I would put my house on, because I don't wanna let people down, man. Can't do it.
But you got to feel good though when they do win. It's you're helping feed families, Adam. How does that feel?
I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn, but
And speaking of feeding, obviously you don't eat from sun up to sundown right now. Yesterday was the first day for that, right?
Yeah, I guess that maybe that affected my bets.
Happy Ramadan to you.
Yeah, happy Ramadan.
Thank you.
How did you feel yesterday though? Because I didn't see you much. We were running around doing a bunch of recording.
It was a busy day, so I kind of got through the day without much problem. It was kind of when we were post all the shows doing the construction work in the studio. That's when it was like hitting me.
Dude.
And I got home, I believe it was like 8:26 was when we could have dinner, so that was fun.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you about that. When the sun goes down completely, or is it just sunset?
When the sun goes, I mean, it depends.
Like, is it dark, or can there still be light in the sky?
This is where it gets like political with some people. I don't give a shit. All I know is that when I can't see when it says sunset on my phone, that means it's time to eat.
So
Adam just closes the curtains. This is up. The sun's gone.
I'm not gonna sit there and wait till 8:45 or 8:50 just because I can't see the sun. Like, there's like a whole bunch of science that goes into this. Don't go against science, people. It's not that complicated, but it's all good. And then you can only eat till a certain time. So like today, I woke up at 4:15. I drank 2 bottles of water and I went right back to bed.
Wow.
And it was so hard to go back to bed.
So you can't have water either throughout the day,
No,
right?
Nothing. Yeah.
Man,
I tried to hydrate myself.
Sounds like a crazy diet too.
It is.
That's
it's really good.
religion with diet right
this
there.
is the month where I usually like drop 15, 17 pounds easily.
So shout out to all the Muslim people watching right now. Sorry you can't enjoy a beverage with us.
Sorry.
I am. I honestly feel bad. Like I told you about the time I took a Muslim girl on a date and I didn't know that she was Muslim during Ramadan, and like I took her out to eat.
It's her fault. Don't feel bad about that.
I mean, honestly, like, what the hell is she thinking? Like, she should know, or she should at least give you a heads up. Like, what are we doing here?
Dude, my one of the barbers that I go to, he's in Dearborn, and he's a Muslim. And I'll never forget one day when I'm there at like 10 o'clock getting a late night haircut. And he was like, you want to go get food after? And I'm like, man, I got to wake up real early the next day. Dude feasted with a bunch of his homies. And I was like, man, I love that.
Yeah, no, it turns into a party after sundown.
Gotta celebrate.
So, Adam, let's run through your bets one more time right now,
Yeah.
so everybody can get a good look at them and go to mybookie.com and place these wagers.
Yeah, we'll start with 3 NHL games. I love the number at 5.5. We'll start with Coyotes Wild. Coyotes Wild and Avalanche Blues are my 2 locks on the over. 100% guaranteed. I really like those 2 games. Anaheim versus San Jose. Anaheim have a tough time stopping the puck going into the net. So 5.5, 6 goals really attainable this game. I love the number 2. And then the Tigers to complete the sweep. And again, when you have a streaky team in baseball or really any sport, and you can get them as not only an underdog, but a heavy underdog, plus 190, I'll take that any day of the week. That's a really good bet. I'm not losing anything on that. And then the Denver Nuggets game, coming off a Jamal Murray injury. Heat are coming off a back-to-back. A super late flight from the West Coast. I really like this game. I think the Nuggets come out, make a big statement, and maybe they'll fall off towards the end of the season. But I think they'll get an initial boost since Jamal Murray is out.
Yeah, I like Corey McKay's comment here. Adam, you should try betting baseball for just the first 5 innings only. My win percentage is very nice with that. Only have to look at starting pitchers because bullpens are so unpredictable. I like that.
That's interesting.
That'd be fun.
Okay.
Yeah. First 5 innings, and you're just pretty much banking on the starters. That's a hell of a strategy, Corey.
Not a bad bet, Corey.
Yeah, good job, Corey. Corey McKay, remember when we were giving out $1,000 during football season? Corey was one of our $1,000 winners. So it's awesome to see all of our winners from early on in Woodward Sports still hanging out, and we got some more big prizes and stuff that we're going to have coming up very soon right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Thank you, Adam, for coming on with your bets. If you guys are interested in making any of these bets, we we always suggest you go to mybookie.com right now, enter promo code Woodward, and you will get 50% of your first deposit matched. And, you know, there's some fights going on this weekend. You got one of the Paul kids against Ben Asker, and that should be an ass whooping. Nobody wanted the fight, but everybody's betting on the fight. And you can do it at mybookie.com. Just make sure you enter promo code Woodward when you sign up.
Hey, it's Joey from Woodward Sports, and I am here in downtown Fenton at Bridge Street Exchange. This place has so many amazing things for guys. And ladies, this is the hidden spot that you got to come check out. I'm talking thorough good boots, best boots ever. They have barware. They got the Stormy Cromer hats. They got Carhartt hats, a huge Carhartt selection. They even got Snoop Dogg underwear. So go check them out, bridgestreetexchange.com, and use the code word WSN for 15% off.
Welcome back. It's the Morning Woodward Show on the Woodward Sports Network. Thank you guys for hanging out with us this morning. Everybody that's commenting on YouTube and Facebook, we appreciate you. And everybody that's in our Twitch right now, make sure you head on over there and shoot us a follow as well. So the NFL came out with a statement yesterday saying that they are going to require all employees, that includes their players, to be vaccinated before they can return to the facilities. And on top of that, the Buffalo Bills came out and said that they will have a full attendance in the fall, but in order to attend a game, you must be vaccinated. And obviously, it's been kind of a big touch point for everybody about vaccinations, and everybody's got an opinion on it, and sometimes those opinions change, they flip-flop, they go back and forth, because we're really all just in this learning process of what they are, what they cause, how they're here, why they're here, and all of that good stuff that follows. So I wanted to talk to you guys, multiple levels, because Corey, you sent this to the group chat and kind of broke the news. How do you feel that the players are going to respond to the NFL? Because I heard that the NFL Players Association is kind of having some issues with you forcing us to get a vaccine.
Yeah, I don't think that the players are going to respond to this pretty well at all, because I'm just going to, how can I say this? I'm not going to say whether I'm for the vaccine or against it, but when you're forcing somebody to do something that there's not a lot of, still kind of like some questions about, there's not enough, material and education about the vaccine, you're going to force people to put something into their body, there's going to be a rebuttal. So I don't know how to feel about this, to be quite honest, but I will say I respect how the players feel about it. Like, you're going to force me to get this, and it's not FDA approved, and there's still some questions about it. I mean, heck, we just seen yesterday the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is being, they're putting a halt to it. So again, feel how you want to feel about the vaccination, but you cannot get mad that somebody is against it being injected to their body. A lot of clubs have already come out and stated that they're not going to be, doing any being at the training facility starting next week, I believe. So it's going to be an interesting domino effect on how this whole situation plays out.
Like, it's just crazy to me, this whole thing. Like, obviously, I see where they're starting from. Like, hey, we got this vaccine. They're saying that this should be the cure to stop COVID. But then, like you just mentioned, Corey, yesterday, the USA puts a pause nationwide on a Johnson & Johnson vaccine that's causing blood clots.
And it's killed 7 people to this point.
And it's like, how do you expect me, and not that I'm for or against it, have I taken it? Not yet. Will I? I don't know yet, but that's for me to decide. So I just, this whole thing I struggle with so much, because you're going to force a player to take a vaccine when they're just hearing stories about how it's causing blood clots. Like, that's scary to myself. I don't know about you.
Yeah, and if you're listening right now and watching, we want to hear your opinion on it. 313-552-6322 is the phone number. Fish, what do you want to say about this? You got your hand up?
Yeah, they're going to make this mandatory for everyone.
In the NFL?
So, no, for everything. Like, you want to go to a restaurant, you got to have a vaccine. You want to go to a sporting event, vaccine. Concert, vaccine. Airport, vaccine. Airplane,
I don't know if it'll go that
vaccine.
deep, Fish.
You're going to have to do every single thing to get a vaccine. You want to go see your friend who, I don't know, lives at a hotel or an apartment, possibly a vaccine.
Yeah, I think one for sure that I'm feeling is going to happen is international travel.
Like hotel, vaccine.
Delta's already on that tip. I believe you have to be, if I'm not mistaken, for international travel, I believe you have to be fully vaccinated to fly Delta.
So, Corey, you got the first shot.
Got the first one.
And yesterday we were having a conversation. You're not convinced you're getting the second one, right?
I'm going to be honest. I got the first one. I got the first one simply off the fact that, hey, not that I'm worried about, how I feel. Because like I said, I've been taking my natural herbal supplements, so I've been pretty good. And I took it just off of like, okay, I work here. Let's say by some chance this happens with the NFL. You're not allowed to go cover certain things unless you get fully vaccinated. I didn't want to be, behind, out of the loop of things because I did not go ahead and get the vaccine and, damage anything as far as potential opportunities for the network. So I went and got it. But after seeing the Johnson & Johnson thing yesterday, granted I got Pfizer, but still seeing that made me apprehensive, like, okay, I'm not sure I'm about to walk back down that road again because I got the first one for me. Only had arm pain. As you guys saw, I was a little sluggish last week. Doing the show last week was a struggle.
But do you have this fear? Because like you see this about Johnson & Johnson. There's nothing against Pfizer. Pfizer's had really good reviews.
It still makes me
fear that, though?
Yeah. Oh, most definitely, because Stick made a great analogy, and Justin, yesterday when we were talking about my concerns. Does anybody really get the first rendition of the iPhone? Do you really get the first rendition of the PS5? No, because they got to work all the damn kinks out. So that's kind of how I'm feeling with this. I'm like, all right.
And that's Microsoft approved. This ain't even FDA approved.
Right. No, that honestly, I think that's a good point. And I believe in vaccinations. Like, we don't have polio anymore because, you know why? Vaccinations. Like, we figured this stuff out through the course of history. But I just feel that I need to hold back and wait a little bit and see how this plays out. And unfortunately, people are already dying. And granted, I've heard people say, well, they've given out millions and only 6 people died. And it's like, okay, but when this whole thing started, it was 6 people died of COVID. We better get on this. So you can't fluctuate your numbers. If 6 people matter, 6 people matter no matter what's killing them.
And also let's say those 6 people. I don't know. I don't know those 6 people. However, I have several people within my reach and circle who have been fully vaccinated, still got COVID, and a couple of them right now are not doing the best.
Yeah, it's not a cure. It's supposed to help prevent you from getting it. It's not going to ever cure it. It's like the flu shot. The flu's been around forever. Has it gone away? No. You're just trying to help yourself. Fish, what you got, buddy?
We always talk about this name on the hook, Pete. Well, he's making his debut on the morning show.
Oh, nice. Bring on Pete.
So Pete from Clinton Township's ready to talk about the vaccine.
Hey, Pete, how you doing?
Good, guys. How you doing?
Doing well. Are you willing to get a vaccine to go to a Lions game if they required it?
I already got it. No problem.
Awesome.
I'm glad that you have success, but what do you feel about this? Because there are a lot more coming out. Like yesterday, for example, U.S. calling the pause on the Johnson & Johnson vaccine after blood clot cases.
Okay, hang on. Hold on. I have statistics. Let me give you. 4 people have died out of 7 million shots for the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Okay? All right?
Yep.
4 people. When you're on birth control, it's 1 in 100,000 you'll get a blood clot. Did you know that?
Yeah, are you forced to get on birth control or no, or is that a personal preference?
That's a personal preference.
And I think that's the biggest thing that a lot of people are saying is you're forcing somebody to put something foreign into their bodies in order to maintain a normal life, and that's where it kind of gets muddy, you know? I mean, I said, I agree with vaccinations. I think they're important, and I think they've propelled us as human beings throughout history, but I also think you have to be measured and smart about these things as well.
Hey guys, look at these statistics though. 7 million, 4 people died. Birth control people, or women on birth control, 100,000 blood clots. So
yeah, see, I read 6 women died.
Okay, 6 out of 7 million.
Yeah, well, what's your comparison with birth control? It's got nothing to do with anything that we're talking about. It's a complete personal preference.
No. People have died from a blood clot with the Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
Right.
Okay? Blood clot for birth control from women, 1 out of 100,000 they get a blood clot.
So you're saying this is more of a woman's issue with the Johnson & Johnsons then?
No, he's...
No. What I'm saying is you're blowing it way out of proportion.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, it's 6 to this point, but that doesn't mean there's going to be more down the road. And then we're talking about side effects 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years that we still don't know because we haven't been able to go through the proper trials. And I think that's what scares people the most is the unknown, not necessarily what we do know. It's, okay, well, where else does this go? We're discovering blood clot problems now. What are we going to discover in 3 months if we don't vet this out properly? And I get that 6 isn't a huge number in the scheme of things, but like I also said, when we first had 6 COVID cases in Michigan, it was the end of the world and shut down. So you can't pick and choose which 6 matter.
Right. Okay, that's correct. But look at the fact all these vaccines are out. Hopefully, it'll lower the birth rate. You know, I am going to give Governor Gretchen Whitmer, I hate to say this, a little kudos because she's refused to lock down, Biden is not giving her the vaccines. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, she's had issues with multiple presidents at this point when it comes to how she's dealt with the pandemic. Whitmer has issues with higher up. She has issues with authority because she likes to be the only voice.
Correct. But and also, she's probably up for re-election in a couple of years, too. But anyhow.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go. You guys take care, okay?
Appreciate your comments, Pete. Thanks for calling in. You're welcome to call in anytime, buddy. Thank you very much. Fish, what do you got to say?
Yeah, I just wanted to say he was just comparing blood clots.
Yeah, but that's got nothing to do with it,
things.
though. I mean, I'm sure there's blood clots a million other ways, you know? And it's just when the whole topic right now is about making the players take this vaccine. And if that's even legal or not.
Right.
And I get it. It's a right for them to be able to play in the NFL and to be a professional athlete. So they got to follow the rules that the organization that you're a part of and affiliated with. So it's just it's tough.
When you want to say the players need a negative test to be in the vicinity of the other players and whatnot, yeah, okay,
that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Right.
Forcing somebody to put something in their body. That should be a choice, and at this point there are too many questions about the COVID-19 vaccine to force somebody to make that decision. Because what if you force some of these players to get the vaccine, and let's say I'm just a ballpark figure, I'm spitballing. Let's say there's about 500-600 players in the NFL, and 10 NFL players have complications from it. That's still 10 NFL players that have complications from it.
Based off the science, based off the statistics, that is likely to happen. That's the scary part about this. So you look at what we're seeing, the cases, the numbers, it's going to happen. It's not going to be 100% success rate on this.
Well, let's get back to the point.
I will say one more thing. NFL is like... It's weird. It's like it's kind of like we don't want to call it. Is it a private institution?
It's a private company.
It's a private company. Okay, so, hey, private companies can make up their own damn rules as they go. So,
and that's where I was going to go. We're talking about their employees, but also talking about us as fans. And like NFL players, okay, they work for the NFL. They're employed by them. They can enforce whatever rules. But when you're talking about not letting fans in stadiums unless they can prove.
That's the problem.
That's when it starts getting really weird to me. And Buffalo has taken a stance on that, saying, listen, you are not going to be able to come to a Buffalo game unless you have your vaccination. So that's where I just want to know, people watching, people listening right now, if you're against the vaccination, would you get it just to go to a game, or does it like incentivize you to get it, or are you gonna boycott your team? I mean, it really changes a lot of the things. And then we look at the Buffalo Bills fans, and look at these people. You think they give a shit about the vaccine? They're throwing each other into tables.
Buffalo
picked up. We love the Bills Mafia, but at the same time, like, these are the guys you're really worried about having vaccines.
My thing is this: is on top of that. Ain't nothing that special about the Lions that's worth it anyways to do this.
As somebody who has gotten the first dose of the vaccine, I'd give any sports organization the middle finger if they told me I couldn't come because I didn't get vaccinated. No, that's a personal choice.
Right.
That's a personal choice. Working and playing for those private leagues, hey, we can make whatever rules we want. But as a fan, no, I'm not. I don't. If I don't want to do that, I shouldn't have to do that.
No, I agree, and it's so weird because you want to take care of your fellow man too and do the right thing and make sure that you're protected. So I don't pass it on to you, and I don't pass it on to you. And obviously, we want to be smart about it, but at the same time, it's just crazy what people are dying from.
And also too, I wish that people on both sides would stop shaming the other side for their decision. If there are people who want to get the vaccine because they trust the science and they believe those scientists, hey, more power to you. That is your personal decision. But if you have people who do their own homework and their own research and they're skeptical, then they're entitled to believe their own personal research as well. Stop fear mongering on either side. It does nothing.
Right. It just creates tension.
Yeah.
It really does.
Unnecessary tension.
And honestly, if you have the vaccine, awesome for you.
We hope you go well. We hope there's no complications. It's just a personal preference for a few of us on this show.
And honestly, that's what I kind of like about this show is politically, we're all kind of all over the place up here.
Yeah.
You know, and we're not going to identify us for what we are politically, but I think we all share different views. But at the end of the day, we all respect each other, and we all want the best for each other. And that should be the bottom line for any political debate, period.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like I hate that it even always turns political. Like, we're over here talking about how it's not a sure 100% success. There's signs of blood clots in many cases, and that's it. You know, it's just a personal preference that you look at this, you see the studies and the facts and the science that's being presented to us, and we're formulating our own opinion on what we think about this, and that's it.
But I'll tell you this much. If the Lions make the playoffs, I'm getting that fucking vaccine. I'm going. I don't care. You can shoot whatever you want in me. I'm going to a Lions home playoff game. I don't care what it is. Just give it
Blood
to me.
clots, whatever.
I'll
We'll
beat
take
it later.
all.
I don't care. I want to see this game live. So it doesn't matter what you give. I'll take it if the Lions are in the playoffs.
Sign me up.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah. What? We got iodine? Let's go, baby. Let's do this. Like, go Lions. So, yeah, vaccination or not, Lions making the playoffs, shoot me with whatever you need to get inside Ford Field, because I will not miss that. And
I wouldn't.
And that's how we'll wrap that up. Joey, give a shout-out to Northwestern Tech.
northwesterntech.edu. I mean, this is a life-changing thing for you right there because it's only a 10.5-month hands-on HVAC program that you got to take advantage of right now because it is the perfect time to learn a brand new trade, start an entirely new career because you're probably listening, watching right now like, I've never even thought about this industry. Well, go learn about it for yourself, northwesterntech.edu.
You don't fumble the ball at work. Hey, Drake Bell, Sean Baligian. See you guys next weekend.
Thanks, mate.
Oh, Bell's soft. Wait till it comes to New Zealand. Pour that out.
Little hard rock right there to start off the show. Yeah, it's Wednesday, baby. I don't know how Arthur P. did that for so long on the riff. That hurts. Hurts me right in here. Thank you guys for waking up with the Morning Woodward Show right here on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. The conversation went a little long. Normally we do Coney reviews right at 9 a.m., but we definitely had to talk about whether you would get vaccinated or not to go into an NFL stadium because it's just an interesting topic to talk about. Another interesting thing, Fenton. Fenton's such a crazy little city, man. Like,
Crazy awesome.
Beautiful.
It really is. It's like a beautiful little town. I mean, it was you, myself, and Choff that went out yesterday to go do our Coney review, and we went to Bridge Street Exchange, and we're going through their downtown area, both just like, man, this is somewhere I would live. Like, this is just such a homey vibe down here.
Yeah, it's just nice. Like, everything's just nice and clean. So shout out to Fenton and your mayor or whoever's out there making the city beautiful, and the people were awesome to us. Well, some of the people. not all of the people in Fenton. Let's watch the Coney review, and then we'll discuss what happened after that. Here is our weekly Coney review, Fenton Coney Grill.
Hey, what's up? It's Joey and Stick. It's time for another Coney review, and this time we are out in Fenton, Joey. We are in Fenton, and I'm excited for Coney Dog. Joey's trying to get the wiener touch in early, but
I want a wiener.
So we're gonna see how good the Coney Dog is here in Fenton at the Fenton Coney Grill. Let's get it.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Joey, what are you doing?
Really?
All right, so here we are, Fenton Coney Grill. Joey, kind of a weird entrance. We walked in and the owner just mean mugged us like, "What are you doing here?"
And we're explaining like, "Hey, we're here to try your Conies because we go out and do Coney reviews," and then he just walked away on us.
Shut the office door on us.
All right.
But that being said, our waitress was very friendly. One thing we've experienced here that we've never experienced anywhere, they ask you, do you want it Flint style or Detroit style? So we're going to try the Flint style, but we're going to wait till we have Art with us, our official Flint spokesperson and Flint's sexiest man from 1989 to 2021. So yeah, we're waiting for Art, but once we get the Detroit Conies, we're going to try them today right here.
How does a dog drink, for real? How do you, for real? That's going to be so hard. I'm getting no water.
All right, Joey, they just dropped off the wieners.
The dogs are here.
They look like they cooked them pretty well. Look
Yeah.
at a little burnt on them. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
So as always, on a scale of 1 to 313, we want to see how good the Conies are. Smells good. I like that. Wiener touch. Let's go. They say they get their chili from a place called Abbott's Meat. So it's a different kind of chili, not national. Their own kind of thing.
Real good.
You like it?
I love this.
You can taste like that kind of burn on the hot dog, which is good. Like it tastes like it's from a campfire.
The owner was a little bit of a dick, but his wieners are good.
So what are you giving it, Joey?
I'm thinking we go off a 313, so I'm gonna probably give this like a 275. Honestly, this is really good.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm right with you. 275.
Wow.
We're gonna match. It's a good dog. It doesn't have the snap, but it's got that little burn on it, which gives it a nice taste on the dog. Chili a little bit sweet, not spicy. Very good. Enough mustard, enough onions. I mean, they put it together here.
So everything about it, even the bun is great.
Yeah, the buns are really good.
Good job, Fenton Coney Grill.
I mean, pretty good experience. Coney dogs were absolutely
Pretty good
delicious.
dog, not
Yeah.
experienced dogs.
There you go. 275 on the Coney, 0.0 on the reception. But you know what? We're not here to judge receptions. We're here to judge Conies. Fenton Coney Grill, 275 for me.
275 as well for me. This is the first time we have the same score.
Yeah.
And correction, by the way, our waitress was awesome.
Yes.
The owner was a dick.
Absolute dick. Our waitress, awesome. She even had an office mascot. So Dwight Schrute, Bean Farm, Schrute Farms, love it. Fenton Coney Grill, come out here if you're ever in Fenton.
So that was the first time we ever got greeted with what the fuck are you guys doing here? Like the guy was mad, just like, what are you doing here? Why are you recording? And it was like, dude, we're just here to try your Conies. You're a Coney Island. And luckily the Conies were good, but that guy was a complete dick.
That's what I love is we still gave such a high score because it got nothing to do with the owners. You know, you go to La Puma's, a place that actually has better dogs, but the service was through the roof. Never had an experience that great. And then, of course, American Coney Island, our #1 favorite.
What
But
a grace!
It's just crazy, that service. And you couldn't see it in that video, but it was the most rude welcome I've ever had in my life.
Hey man, I already knew there was gonna be a dickhead when I seen patios. I mean, with patios with the tents and everything like that. That's not a. I mean, don't get me wrong. You guys said the Conies are good, so I'm gonna take your word for it. But I knew they were gonna be jerky. We're like, oh, we're.
Dude, they had a fountain. They had Coney Island with a fountain.
I never had that before.
Yeah.
What? That ain't a Coney. That's a restaurant.
We're dining in style.
That's a dining
yesterday.
experience.
Yes. What's up, Fish?
It's got to be because you had a camera, right? Like, if you just walked in, you, Joey, and Choff, normally he would be like, oh, hi, how are you doing?
Right.
Because you had a camera.
He saw Choff recording
Oh,
us.
camera. What the fuck are you doing for camera in here? My restaurant. So that's probably why he got pissed off.
But I politely told him everything right when we walked in.
Because people do that all the
recording.
time. If you have a camera there, they get pissed because it's probably company policy.
But we explained to them, like Joey explains to them, and Joey's the mayor, so he's great at like, hey, you know, what's up? My name's Joey. This is Stick. You know, we used to do radio together. Now we started this Woodward Sports thing, and we do Coney reviews. And normally everybody's jacked for it.
Did you call ahead?
No, we don't want to call ahead. We don't want to do all that. We want to get their real service. You know, like
there you go. You got the real service.
And that's the thing. Like, you know, some people question us, like, what are you doing? And some people think we're just trying to scam free hot dogs. And it's like, no, we're gonna pay. Listen,
we'll
Coney
give you your $6 for these Coney dogs and chili cheese fries.
Coney dogs are like $2. We'll pay for the damn Coneys. But you know, some people are like, what? Are we guys trying to get free food? And I was like, no.
You guys got a camera. I can't have a camera in my restaurant.
You know what's crazy? You know what would be poetic justice? Some, like, the owner is watching Woodward Sports right now, and they're like, fuck.
Oh, I hope he's watching.
That guy was a dick?
I mean, I even asked for him to come out because I wanted to talk to him. I wanted to be like, hey, man, you having a bad day? Please, man, what's going on? We're here for you. I was going to hear him out. Because after that intro, I needed to talk to the guy. Like, I don't like when someone's rude and then that's it. Because now I'm going to have that sour taste towards that business for the rest of my life until I do hear from him.
Yeah, and Joey literally asked for the guy to come back out. Like, we asked our waitress, hey, can you go get your manager, you know, the owner? Like, we saw he wasn't happy that we were here, and then he gave some bullshit excuse that he had, like, family business or something to take care of.
Right.
Either way, though, like, I'm proud of us, Joey, for not holding that against their Coney.
No, because it's all about the dog. The staff back there does a great job. They worked hard on that.
Yep, our waitress was amazing. She was super awesome. It was just a very strange experience. Like, I'm thinking that guy, you know, I don't want to say he's tax evading, but he didn't want to be on camera for something. Something. I don't know. He did not want to be documented. So
whatever that might mean. He did not want to be documented.
He shut the office door on us.
Oh, snap. That's funny.
Yes. What's up, Fish?
It also could be because of COVID. He doesn't want, like, something bad to happen, to leak out to Governor Whitmer, and then she goes over and shuts down the business.
That's fair enough. Okay. That's fair. I didn't think of that.
Like something minuscule that you and Joey, when you're editing, wouldn't see, and then somehow leaks out to Governor Whitmer. She spots it, and she's like, uh-oh, restaurant to shut down.
Yeah.
Like walks over and shuts the restaurant down.
Lafayette in Detroit.
Yeah. No,
exactly.
Honestly, Fish, that is a fair point, and maybe that was his thought process, but he didn't have to run away from us. He could have said, hey, put the camera down. You guys don't record anything inside. Just go on the patio.
Shut the door on us,
yeah,
too.
Like, the dude literally shut the door on us.
Yeah, I'm not saying you guys were doing anything bad, but, like, if you guys weren't wearing your masks or...
We were. We followed every single rule possible, so the rest was on him.
Yeah, we don't walk into these places disrespecting them.
No, but he doesn't know that. He just sees the camera, COVID, knows what Governor Whitmer's history is, and just gets scared.
Yeah, so maybe he thought we were like the negative news. But either way, Fenton, Coney, great Coney, and they made that offer for the Flint Coney versus the Detroit Coney, which we got to go to Flint and try. What's that place? Starlight?
Starlight.
Is what we keep getting told to go to in Flint. And if you guys got a Coney that we need to try in Metro Detroit, let us know, or anywhere really. We'll go to it, drop it in the comments, and we'll try to find it. Like, that's how we got linked up with La Pumas, now Starlight. Like, all these places we're finding out about and going and trying the dogs.
I gotta go to Flint this weekend too, and I'm gonna need the willpower to not try it out.
A Flint Coney?
Yeah, I'm gonna need the willpower. I mean, but I don't know. Do I get cheat days, or do I just need to go 30 days without it?
Listen, if Adam can go a month without eating, you can take a cheat day.
Okay.
No, you shouldn't be able to take a cheat day.
Why?
Because if Adam got to do all that, we gotta suffer with him. That's the
hell
homie.
Hell no. I'm eating.
That's the homie.
Your boy's eating. So, yeah, those are our Coney reviews. We do them each and every Wednesday right here on the Woodward Sports Network. So if you got a good Coney that we need to try out or we haven't tried out yet, let us know in the comments, and we will try to make it out there within the next couple of weeks. Coming up next, we got a look at Joey's News right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Good morning, everyone.
Extra, read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's News.
Let's go.
Sheesh. our Detroit Tigers, they pulled it off again versus the Houston Astros, 8-2 after just beating them 6-2. So we're 2-0 on this series. Playing them again tonight at 7-10. Not a bad series for the Tigers, but a great continued success for the legendary Akil Baddoo. A freaking another home run. That's a high home run right there, too. I wonder what that's at.
Yeah, did you see the Tigers fan caught it, too?
Oh, really? I didn't see that.
Can you play that back real quick, Alex? Just the part where it goes over the fence.
So he becomes the only Tiger ever to hit 4 home runs in the first 8 games.
Oh, no. Yeah, see? Look, the guy holds up the ball in a Tigers jersey.
Was it really?
Yeah. Play it one more time, Alex.
Because their color is orange, too, so it's confusing.
Yeah. The guy holding up his hands with the D on it, he's a Tigers fan.
Oh.
Isn't that amazing? That
Cabrera
sea of Astros.
Hey, look in the front row. You see the Cabrera jersey.
Right.
Yeah.
All Astros fans next to him.
Well, you know what? That's not – okay, let's be real. You know how a lot of people migrate from Detroit to Atlanta? A lot of people are now starting to migrate from Detroit to Houston and Dallas, so we're starting to see an influx there.
Yes.
Not that shocking.
I was talking to the Views bros from Detroit, and they're out in Atlanta now, too. And he was like, Atlanta's wide open. It's a ball out here. I know.
You want to go to Atlanta, Corey?
Hey, play that.
Wait. No, I can only
go back to the stands
go to
on
Atlanta on one condition. Stick has to take me to get some Lou Will wings.
Oh, I'm down. Let's go. Let's go. Lemon pepper on it.
Like, look at the stands right there. Once it gets really close to it, no masks, everybody right on top of each other.
Yeah, Texas.
And then he's looking like, damn. I know that look like, damn. That's legal out here.
What's up, Fish?
Houston, I don't know why, but they have a capacity. They're not full crowd. You go to Texas, Arlington, Texas Rangers, 40,000 packed in there.
So Houston's, what are they? Probably half capacity? 75%?
Yeah, I think they're 50.
Okay. Yeah,
20,000, 14,000.
Yeah. It looked full.
It did. Former Detroit Red Wing Anthony Mantha, we just obviously made the trade, sending him over to the Washington Capitals. And in his first game, helps the Capitals win 6-1, got an assist. And let's see if Darren McCarty predicted it right.
Go with the guy traded to the Washington Capitals. It's going to be a tough game against the Philadelphia Flyers, but I think Anthony Mantha not only plays in this game and wins, he also scores.
I like that.
Oshie to the trailer. Mantha off the head fake. Fires. He scores. I think
Man, look at that. Darren McCarty predicting it yesterday on the hook here on Woodward Sports.
It's almost like Darren McCarty knows a little bit about hockey.
That's crazy. I wonder how he knows so much.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
No, but it's awesome to hear his perspective on those things, and make sure you're listening to The Hook every day from 3 to 5. And he gives great insight on everything, not only hockey, but, when he could see the game like that. And you think of Darren McCarty as somebody who's just a bruiser and somebody who will beat your ass if you mess up. But the guy is a super cerebral guy and knows the game inside and out. And you could tell he absolutely loves it. He's a student of it. He knows every player, and he called it last night. So shout out to Darren McCarty.
And what's crazy about it too is, Anthony, I'm watching this game, and it's Anthony Mantha literally the night before that gets traded, and less than 24 hours later he's playing on the ice with this team. And it's that's what's so crazy about hockey. You just got to know your position. Imagine football or something where the next day you got to go out there, or basketball where there's actually plays. There's still formations and whatnot in hockey. So it's got to be crazy to just go out there and play with a new team.
Yeah, the thing with hockey is there's shifts, so you're only playing 45 seconds at a time with a team, and you can kind of gel, I think, a little quicker in those shifts. But yeah, it'd just be so weird to show up one day, you run this system, the next day you run this system, and but you're a professional, so you should fit right in.
You got Ovechkin. That's not a bad one to have on your.
My favorite hockey player, non-Red Wing hockey player of
we
all
got
time.
An update on the Deshaun Watson case. So attorney Tony Busby came out last night to say that all 22 women suing Watson will disclose their case. But then Watson lawyer came out to say that one of the women who filed one of the 22 lawsuits against Watson has dropped her civil case against Deshaun. So this one is going to unfold, and we're going to keep you updated throughout this entire process.
And it is crazy how this whole process has gone. We're going to talk about it pretty much right after your news, so I don't want to get too deep into it. But, the first time it came out, I think we were all very reserved on, all right, do we believe this girl? Let's wait to hear more of the details. I'm not going to jump to judgment. And it's like a week later, oh, wow, there's 5 girls. Okay, well, it's starting to look pretty bad for Deshaun Watson, once you started talking to your lawyer friend too, and then it got to 20 and you're just like, oh man, there's no way this guy didn't do it. And now it's like, okay, now there are people falling off, so you're back to, well, wait a minute, did he actually do it? It's just such a roller coaster right now. I couldn't even imagine being Deshaun Watson. I mean, if this is true, he deserves all of what he's getting, but if this is false, holy shit.
Yeah, let's talk more about that.
Yep.
Right after this.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We're recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate
of Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show right here on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. My name is Stick. We got Corey, Joey, Alex, Fish, Mike, and Adam in the building today. And thank you to everybody that's listening right now. And if you got an opinion on what's going on with Deshaun Watson, we want to hear from you. 313-552-6322 is the phone number. That's 313-552-6322. Let us know whether you're starting to believe the ladies, if you don't believe the ladies, if you believe Deshaun, you don't believe Deshaun. We want to know your opinion because obviously as new facts keep coming out about this case, and Joey just mentioned in his news that there has been a woman that is retracting pretty much her statement and just pulling her lawsuit.
She dropped her civil case against Deshaun Watson, so it's the first of 22.
And that doesn't necessarily mean an admission of she was lying. It also means that she could just not want to go through this whole process and just wash her hands of it and walk away.
My thing is once you start this that you ain't going to be Jane Doe no more, that you're going to have to come out. So that's the part to me that's weird. I mean, yeah, it's only 1 of 22. And who knows what this number really could get to, but it makes you start to just really think because this whole thing, there's no evidence. So that's been the hardest thing for me on this entire thing.
Yeah, I'm with you right there, Joey. It's, again, nobody's up here trying to cape for Deshaun Watson. No, if you did this, go ahead and, you're wrong. We're going to go ahead and light your ass up as we do anybody else. At the same time, though, it's like, all we hearing is the accusations. We have not seen anything yet. All of the evidence that Tony Busby said he was going to produce on the days that he was going to produce it, he's missed every deadline. He's missed every deadline of when he was supposed to bring forth these facts, these damning facts that are going to, nail, Deshaun Cross to it, And so I'm not going to sit up here and say that I believe that Deshaun Watson is 100% innocent of all 22 of these. Not at all. But I am starting to feel that, let's say 22, maybe a little over half of these might not be true, and some of them, a lot of them may very well be true. But the one thing that I really want to touch on is a lot of these happened in Houston. And I talked about it last week with Joy Bell on the Baligian and Bell show. There is no way in hell you're going to convince me that the Houston Texans did not know about this prior to it becoming public news. They knew about this. The Houston Texans owner is neighbors with Tony Busby. So you make your own assumption from that, whatever you want. You're not going to sit up here and tell me that the star quarterback, the guy they just gave over $150 million to, you mean to tell me I'm going to give this guy $150 million and I don't even know what he had for breakfast yesterday? I know every damn thing he had for breakfast, what kind of boxes he's wearing, shoes, who his girlfriend was in high school. I'm knowing all of that crap before I give you a deal. So as much as Deshaun Watson could be very well guilty in this, I think the Houston Texans need to be investigated as well, because you're not going to convince me they didn't know about this.
And that's what's crazy. I mean, you mentioned that the lawyer against Deshaun Watson is the owner of the Houston Texans, friend and neighbor. So it's crazy because you can't look at that as, oh, well, that covers up the organization, because if that is true, the organization is as liable and responsible for the situation than Deshaun Watson himself. But with that being said, it's either all or nothing for me. So if he even did 1 or 2 allegedly sexual assaults, that doesn't excuse him from this. Even if it's 20 or 19 or 18 or 10 more drop out, it's still a disgusting human being.
But let's say this. If the Houston Texans knew about this and were covering up, that all will come out too. And, you know, similar to LSU and Les Miles, what's going on down there, and even if it takes 2 years, or like Larry Nassar and MSU with some of their cover-ups for it, it'll all come out in the wash if this is real by all of these women accusing him. Because even though the lawsuits just started, this supposedly happened last year, right? That was the first time he ever did this.
And that's what's kind of making me wild, like, damn, what kind of rampage were you going on? Were you first off, assaulting one woman is bad, but shit, 22 within a year?
That's what's really weird to me, is normally when people are like this, they have habitual,
like a pattern.
Throughout their entire life. Like college, they were smashing, you know, doing dumb shit. It was just covered up. And then you know, like, I'm not saying Jameis Winston is this, but like Jameis Winston was an asshole in college.
Yeah.
We knew he was an asshole in college, and he made it to the pros, and he didn't like take it seriously enough, and he became what Jameis Winston is. So there's always a pattern. Someone just doesn't start sexually harassing women one day and then just go fucking 24 deep out of nowhere.
And that's what I was wondering, because, you know, when you say 22 women, I'm like, okay, damn, he's been having a pattern since college. Holy shit.
That's what I was thinking. Like, this goes back. This goes back.
But in 1 year, like, dude, what did you take a wrong drug and just woke up on tip and just like, all right, I'm about to just go on a rampage? That's what I'm just kind of thinking, like, it's I believe some could be true. This is an assumption. Some could be true, but all 22, I need to see. I need to see more.
And I want to know what people are thinking too. Like, what are you agreeing with Deshaun Watson? Like, do you believe this? Do you not believe it? You know, give us a call. 313-552-6322 is the phone number, because I want to hear other people's opinions on this too.
That's the thing too. It's like, you can't be the one that is, oh, Deshaun Watson is innocent, because there has been absolutely nothing pointing to that. Maybe you could look at the one that has dropped her civil case against him and say, see, and then they're going to start piling on. But, I mean, right now you're so limited on the facts and you're so limited on the evidence that it's just all looks bad against Deshaun Watson still.
It does, but it doesn't at the same time. That's what's weird, is like at this point he only has accusations. There's been no proof of anything.
And then he's already been convicted in the court of public opinion.
Oh, for sure.
Like, already.
For sure.
And the unfortunate thing about all of this is that, first off, it's unfortunate that there are victims out there suffering this. So, you know, prayers and, you know,
we sympathize
with the victims. But I will say this. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, this comes out that he didn't do none of this, and it's just like something that's just drummed up. Regardless of how he comes out of it, whether he's innocent or guilty, his name is ruined.
Yeah.
No, his name is mud. Even if he's innocent, his name is mud.
What franchise would take him at this point?
Yeah.
Honestly. Like, for real. You are bringing in a shitstorm. Like, you know, we could talk about how Colin Kaepernick, what he brought to the locker room, and, you know, how people didn't want to deal with that, and, like, you know, just the access that comes with it.
Yeah.
He actually had something to stand on, at least. Deshaun Watson, like, nobody wants to touch this. Nobody.
Not even with a 10-foot pole.
Right. So it's going to be crazy to find out what happens with his career moving forward. He wanted to be traded. This all started coming out. He's no longer going to be traded, and if he is, like, if you're the Lions, you offer up like a 7th-round pick?
For me right now, the thing about it is like, I'm not trying to.
I mean, for real.
Listen, if he came out clean on this, he's gonna get another opportunity.
Yeah, but by that time, then he's back up. Everybody's in a bidding war for him. Like, right now, you can buy Deshaun Watson pretty damn cheap,
and just sit on him.
Yeah.
I just gotta say this, man. This again, they got to look into the Houston Texans. You got to investigate how much they knew or did not know, because again, look, I'm gonna give you guys a nice. Organizations cover up for their top people. It's well known. Darren McCarty said it. Or Joy Bell alluded to it. Organizations know everything that you're doing, even if you don't think they know that. Even if you don't think they know, they know. They probably hire people to make sure that this guy is not, or the X, Y, and Z, that players are not doing stuff and get in the mix of bad situations. So I think they knew, and I just really want to see how much they did know.
Yeah, that's really the point.
I mean, remember with the Ray Rice hitting his wife. Remember, NFL, it came out that they knew about that, and Ray Rice was like, "Hey, I was upfront about everything."
But then the video leaked. Then they took it serious.
Yeah, so it's.
And there's going to be no video evidence of this. I mean, it's a private room. If he did it at his house, I'm sure he's not going to release any of those tapes unless the cops force him to. But that gets into a whole nother,
You can easily break a security camera and all that.
There's just so many layers to this, and I'm very proud of us for the way we've handled this, to be honest with you, because we didn't jump off the bridge either way.
Yeah.
And
in the beginning, I was close to doing it because I was like, come on, this probably happens so much. But then it started coming. The numbers started supporting this case.
What makes it just so hard to talk about is we don't have any facts. We just have names.
Right. Nothing. And we probably won't. That's what's pissing me off the most about this.
But I would feel like such an asshole if we were sitting up here and, the first day we heard about this, we went off the deep end one way or another. Because right now, nobody can prove anything.
Yeah.
All we have is Deshaun's word versus 22 women's word. And one of those is retracting that at this moment.
And the only other thing we really have is we're just piecing together a timeline of events, trying to make sense of it from, who knows, we could be talking out of I could be talking out my ass just trying to piece some of this stuff together, but it's just like without any facts to rely on, that's all we're left to do is like, okay, he asked for a trade here. Did the organization know this here? Just we're left with nothing.
Right. Fish, you got somebody on the line?
Yes, sir. He's your dear friend. Here he is.
Who is it?
Oh, hold on.
Well, hold on.
Now he's on. We're good.
Fish working the phones. Who do we got on the phones right now, man?
You're talking to your BFF, Justin Spear.
Oh, what's up, man?
BFF.
Look, this story is so hard for me because I've made a big fuss about Deshaun Watson. He was my favorite prospect coming out when he left Clemson. He's my favorite player in the NFL, so this thing has been tough. I think the big thing we have to distinguish is this is a civil case, not a criminal case. So basically it comes down to money. Deshaun Watson has a lot of it, and you're looking at a completely different standard. So for civil, obviously it's preponderance of the evidence, right? So 25 accusers, that's compelling. If this were to get into a criminal court, they have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that he did this. And we have seen no evidence that could completely convict this guy. So my prediction, I think, is pretty clear where this is going. What's that?
Day job?
You're breaking up. I don't know if I'm breaking up, but you're breaking up.
It ain't us. We got that fiber internet, baby.
Oh, see, you got the better internet than I do. Well, I'm just saying that this guy's got a lot of money. He can pay this to go away, and obviously there's the hit in the court of public opinion. But he's not going to prison. And we've seen guys like Michael Vick, like Plaxico Burress, albeit for different crimes, go to prison and come back. So it seems really bad now. I think this is going to be a case where he writes a very large check to a large sum of women. This goes away. There's not enough evidence to convict in a criminal court, and eventually this will go away and he'll be playing again. It's just going to be a rough year for him, no question.
Yeah, so you think a year is what it's going to take to resolve this, or do you think it takes him out for like 2 years, 3 years?
I think he'll be out for 1 year, just because the NFL is going to go through, their process as well, like we saw with Ray Rice. The difference with Ray Rice is we had a smoking gun. I mean, we saw what he did. And the other thing is, and nobody talked about it at the time, But if Ray Rice had been a 22-year-old star running back in his prime, I still think he would have been taken back. But the problem was he was a declining running back that was entering his 30s and was kind of at the back end anyway of his career. The NFL is going to gladly have Deshaun Watson back. He's one of the 5 best players in the league, arguably. He's still young. There's no smoking gun. There's no tape. There's nothing that we're aware of. I think we would have seen it by now if it existed. So I think, I hate to use the term blows over. It's obviously a terrible situation, especially obviously if it's true. But I just think that's the reality. But he's going to write some big checks, and this will all go away.
Well, thank you for your insight on that, man. Appreciate you calling in.
Take care, guys. Have a good show.
Have a good one.
That's what I've been hearing too from a few friends. They're like, they feel that Deshaun is just going to end up settling because there's really no proof, and he can easily pay to make this go away as opposed to just kind of going through with the whole situation. It's kind of going to be like with Ben Roethlisberger. I think with Ben Roethlisberger settled with one of them, and then the other one dropped, or did he settle with both? I know he settled with one of them for sure.
Yeah, well, the thing is he's still playing, so
he came back and played. Yeah, he took a small hit.
But was it this big of a story? Like, I remember the Ben Roethlisberger story. The story was he was in a bar. He, assaulted a girl in a bathroom, and nobody knows if they were drunk, consensual, or not. To me, this is a little bit different. That was like a drunk bar night, and obviously he did wrong things. Shouldn't do wrong things. Should be punished for them. Bada boom, bada bing, whatever. This is like 22 women accusing you, and you're gonna have to come millions out of your pocket. It's similar in what they're being accused of, but the sheer volume is different.
Yeah, I gotta be careful how I talk about this one. That's a high number, and I don't know if all of those are gonna stick. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Well, no, I said it last week. I'm assuming at least 10% of these chicks are lying, trying to get on the money train right now. And it's like, all right, he's writing checks. Okay, I had an encounter with him. I can prove that I was with him. Might as well get some loot out this situation too. And those are the vultures that everybody hates, but that's part of society anyway. So I'm assuming some of these girls are lying, but I'm also assuming the majority of them are telling the truth. So I'm in the middle on that, I guess.
Yeah, this whole thing, I
need to see the facts. Yeah, yep. I just want to see more facts.
But we're not gonna, because it's a civil case, and they're not trying to prove anything. They're just trying to pressure him to give him money. So it's all gonna come out in the end. We'll find out what happens to Deshaun Watson. I want to say I feel bad for the guy, but I only feel bad for the guy if this is false. I don't feel bad for the guy if this is true. You deserve all of this if it's true. I do not feel bad for you at all.
Now, question. Let's say none of these are. Let's say a lot of these or none of these are proven true, but he settles with a lot of them. How do you think that will make you feel or make others feel about it?
I think I'll feel the exact same way I feel right now. Is okay. He did something.
We just don't know what that something
What
is.
was it? I don't know. And if these chicks are willing to sell their, soul, essentially, because if that's essentially what you're doing if you're just looking for a money grab. You don't want vindication. You don't want somebody to have to serve prison time. You don't want righteousness and you just want money from it.
If I saw a criminal one, I'd be like, oh, boy, here we go.
Yep, that's a whole different scenario. So we'll keep you up to date on everything going on with Deshaun Watson. Obviously, it's a very fluid situation and changing daily. So we got to stay on top of it, and we will let you know what is going on. Let's take a break. When we come back, it is time for Mr. Fish to take the stage with his facts. We'll do that next on the Woodward Sports Network.
Is it time?
Yeah, it is.
Fish!
Go fish. Fish facts.
It's fish!
All right, Fish, it is your time to shine. You come on every day about this time with interesting facts from around the world and the sports that we love. What do you got today, buddy?
I try to. All right, we start with a video, as always, to make everyone happy and excited for the day. Monday, we went to the kitchen for some basketball. Tuesday, totally forgot. We went to a school. And we're back in the kitchen on Wednesday, or a living room. We got some master card trick guy who's going to
on.
flick a card about 30 feet to the right and nail it on a Rubik's Cube, a cracker, just any items he can find.
What?
And
That's
he's,
amazing.
He knows what he's doing.
That guy looks like Dan Orlovsky.
It's not your average. It's not your average magician.
Follow me. We've only just begun.
He's a skill. There's a lot of people that can do that. I cannot.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people out there, and that's how we start off our day, nice and happy. We go to facts, and we start. There's actually a fly in here. We go to.
You said there's a fly in there.
Yeah, I just saw some buzzing around.
Fun fact.
Camera did not catch that, by the way, as much as I know. We go to Champions League, which happened yesterday, and in the last 8 of the last 9 seasons, the team to win the Champions League was either Bayern Munich or eliminated by Bayern Munich.
Nice.
So Paris Saint-Germain won. Well, they actually lost the game yesterday, but because they had more away goals, they won. So big win for them. They lost to Bayern Munich in the final, so let's see if they can keep it up. We go to more soccer, women's soccer. You guys excited?
Yeah.
The Australian women's team, not looking so good. They've lost 2 matches in a row. They lost to the Netherlands by 5-0, 5-0. And then they lost to Germany Wednesday, 5-2.
I'm just laughing at the picture you chose for this. The 2 girls' faces on this are hilarious. Look at these girls.
They're excited. Basketball, Jason Tatum. He got 32 points last night. 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 10 of 17 shooting. He joins Paul Pierce, our good friend Paul Pierce. Who might join Cam Soda, as the only Celtics player with 30-point games before turning 24.
Nice. He's a baller, man. I like his game.
So he's I like Jason Tatum. He's one of the guys everyone can enjoy. By the way, do we have any update on his Cam Soda?
No update on it. No response, and no response to our offer to Paul Pierce either. Even though we offered him the key to all the strip clubs on 8 Mile.
Yeah, I was shocked he didn't take that offer.
I know.
We go to today, April 14th, 1955, a long time ago. There was a Stanley Cup final that took place in Detroit at Olympia Stadium, not Joe Louis.
Right.
Red Wings, back-to-back titles. They beat the Canadiens 3-1 for a Game 7 victory, 4-3.
Love it. Love it. Anytime you talk about our old championships, I love it, Fish.
Yeah, and then we go to 1996, where the Red Wings won a record of 62 hockey games in a season.
Nice. I like it.
So they're not they're looking okay now. They're not looking great, but we'll get there. We'll get to winning 62 games again, hopefully soon.
That'd be nice.
We got a birthday today. Pete Rose.
Ooh, should be in the Hall of Fame.
Should be in the Hall of Fame. He's a baseball player and a manager, and he's born in Ohio.
The dumbest reason why this dude is not in the Hall of Fame, because he bet on himself to win. Like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, if he was betting against himself and shaving points and losing, fine. But if you're putting money on yourself because you're that confident, you're the man. You deserve to be it. Like, I would bet on myself every time.
So we all know Justin Spears, your favorite person, Stick. This
I don't
is
know
your
about
second.
that, but I like him.
Well, we have your second favorite person's birthday today.
Bo Jackson?
No.
Who?
Brad Osmus.
Oh, fuck Brad Osmus.
It is his birthday today. He's from New Haven, Connecticut, 1969.
Yeah, thanks for ruining a great team, Brad. He had a Corvette, Brad. Drove it off the bridge, Brad.
And then last up, Joey, it's here. We got a wedding.
Oh, man.
We got a wedding. 1950, Tommy Lasorda.
Ooh, all right.
He got married to Joan Miller, who changed her name to Joan Lasoya, and she died in 2021.
Got it. Well, thank you for your update, Fish. And we got somebody asking for a Champions League song, please.
All right.
I know, man. You're a star. What can we do?
The champions. Do, 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 do.
And the girl who asked for that actually lives in England.
Ooh, okay.
So there you go. See, now Fish cares.
Now
it was
wow,
a girl from Detroit, he don't give a shit. Girl from England, ooh, I'll do the Champions song for you.
We keep talking about what females Fish is going to end up with in life.
Yes.
It has to be an overseas. Has to be. It ain't going to be an American.
Yesterday we were talking, Corey. We're like, Corey's going to hook him up with one of his girls. And Fish is going to make them cheeks clap.
I got to set Fish up.
Uh-oh, time to mute my mic.
Uh-oh, time to mute my mic. That would be hilarious to see Fish. Just
all I want for my birthday is a big booty hoe.
This Fish walking down with the thickest girl you've ever seen in your life. Love it, Fish. Get it, Fish. And we've asked him what type of women he's attracted to, and
all of them.
All of them. He likes all women, so it's good. He's got his options open. Corey, you got a girl?
Fish?
For Fish?
Oh yeah.
I
got. You know what? I'm gonna bring Fish to a frat party.
Oh my God.
Oh boy.
Hell yes. Hell yes. No, not just hell yes. We need to get Fish to a frat party.
All right, we have dumbass of the day now, Joey.
All right, let's get into it, Joey. Time for dumbass of the day. Let's hit it, Alex.
To present the award,
it is Joey.
It is time.
Dumbass
of the day.
Why would you do that? And the loser is...
Damn, as a matter of fact, I don't have one today, so we got to talk about Fish for 6 more minutes. We go to Shannon Sharp. This is pretty much being called the KD social media tour right now because Shannon Sharp quoted KD on TV, Kevin Durant. But KD never even said this.
Better than even LeBron James, but very few people were willing to go there. And then he's like, because he said it, if LeBron James is the GOAT, I beat the GOAT twice and hit the shots in his building, what does that make me? It wasn't about what I will be.
So Kevin Durant replied on Twitter, and this is what he had to say.
I love these celebrities battling over Twitter.
Y'all drunk uncle out here lying again. When did I say this? So he never even said what Shannon Sharp is quoting.
I mean, let's be honest. Shannon Sharp is awful at his job.
Yeah.
Like, he just gets up on stage and spits bullshit. Like, we could very easily do that at this network. You know, like, I could very easily just, like, shit on people and make up stuff just so I could get a buzz story.
You
like,
get troll awards.
Yeah,
That's
what do you say?
it is.
Andre Drummond's better than Rasheed Wallace. Like,
Right.
there you go. I couldn't live with myself. I had to go home and look at myself in the mirror and be like, I actually said that.
It's like Corey's mentor over there, writing some of them bullshit articles.
Oh, come on.
Talking about Rob Parker?
Yes. Hey, now look, Rob Parker will have crazy opinions, but he won't lie on the person.
He supports them.
Right.
He does support them.
He believes in his. Shannon Sharp just up there speaking nonsense.
So the best part to this is Kevin Durant actually ended up posting this because he is now blocked.
Oh, jeez.
He said, but I am sensitive.
and I actually, when I was covering the All-Star game last year, I got to speak with like Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes. Well, actually Steven Jackson, Matt Barnes was with him. Just asked him like, why do you guys start doing the, start up your podcast and everything like that? And he said because the players wouldn't be able to tell their own voice. The players want their own voice because the situation's exactly like that. When you, like, it really does a disservice to journalism when you have a platform like a Shannon Sharp. I'm pretty sure he has interns researching and giving him information. And you go on national TV and talk about a fake quote and then get mad that the guy that you attributed a fake quote to wants to talk about it in public. It's one thing if you want to say KD is sensitive about people getting on him. That's true. It's with the burner accounts. But in this case, I'm not mad at KD for clapping back like, hey, dude, I didn't say that. You're blatantly lying on my name. Now you're mad because I'm calling your ass out on it.
Yeah, that's one thing I would hate, too, if somebody misquoted me to try to make me look bad when they're just trying to get ratings. And as much as you want to call Shannon Sharp a journalist, he ain't a journalist. He's an entertainer.
He's a personality.
Yeah.
He's a sports personality now.
That's it. He doesn't do research. He doesn't look at things. I mean, everything that comes out of his mouth is just trying to get clickbait. That's all he is a clickbait quote machine. Yep. It works for them, though. Good for them. Good for them. They get paid to do it. So, hey, if someone's willing to pay them to do it, fine. Corey, you and I can sit up here and just pop off dumb shit all day, too, if you want.
So this actually continued last night as well. So there's a couple tweets that you can see right now of them just going at it, and Shannon Sharp's like, can we just handle this like adults and just move on? You could read through it.
No, you lied on my name on national TV.
You don't just back out. You can't just clean your hands from the situation.
You can't start shit and then walk away and say, I clean my hands of this.
You can't. You're not going to publicly diss me and then, we're gonna talk about my public disrespect in private. Fuck that. I hate to say it.
Damn, Corey.
No, that's just this wrong.
Wow, Corey with the heat. Fish dropping F-bombs. Corey dropping F-bombs today.
It's a time and a place for him, and that is one of those times where like, no, F that.
Yeah, way to use it. What's up, Fish?
Are they good tweets?
Yeah, I mean,
because I imagine this one, Maz will want me to recreate that.
It's not that
Shannon
good.
Sharp saying, I'm not gangsta, but I'm not going back and forth with KD to lose my job. It's like, well,
you should lose your. But the thing is, your job should be in jeopardy if you go on live TV and lie.
Right.
So it's. I don't understand that comment.
Like, I was just gonna make up a lie, but I don't even want that getting clipped and quoted. Like, Steve Yzerman said this, and it's like, well, I don't want Steve Yzerman to be mad at me for no reason because I'm trying to get some clout over here. Like,
yeah.
So. But Andre Drummond said he hates Detroit and Coney dogs are trash. You're trash, Andre Drummond. Go ahead, Joey. That's your dumbass of the day.
That is my dumbass. I got nothing left for you. It was a good day.
All right. Thank you guys so much for waking up with the Morning Woodward Show every morning right here on the Woodward Sports Network, 8 to 10 a.m. Coming up next, Baligian and Bell from 11 to 1. And then, of course, The Hook is on live from 3 to 5 today. Enjoy your Wednesday. Have a great one.